may this be one of the best moments of your life. You're listening to the Business Mirror Podcast for a broader look on business with Senior Editor Dennis Estopace.
Good day, I'm Dennis Estopace, and welcome to Market Mondays, a BM Broader Look podcast segment, which provides a view of the Philippine stock market performance. Market Mondays is based on the stock market outlook story that comes out in the print edition and online version of the Business Mirror every Monday. The journalist behind the stock market outlook story is Business Mirror reporter VG Kabuwag. For the text version online, please go to www.businessmirror.com.ph and search for Stock Market Outlook. For the print version, please go to the companies section of the Business Mirror newspaper. Let's get on with the story. Share prices fell last week, with the benchmark index dipping to the 7,400 point level after investors were spooked by China's coronavirus, among other global issues. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index fell 99.17 points to close the week at 7,623.41 points. The main index fell more than 3% during the first 2 days of the week, dipping as low as 7,442.13 points on January 21. It recovered during the next 3 days with Thursday's 147.62 points gain, but these were not enough to post a weekly gain. Foreign investors were net sellers at 1.65 billion pesos, while average value of trade for the week was at 5.92 billion pesos. Analysts said investors were quite happy with the 5.9% gross domestic product growth. Analysts said investors were quite happy with the 5.9% gross domestic product growth of the Philippines for the full year 2019, as it showed that economic growth picked up in the fourth quarter, but as expected. All of the other sub-indices were down, with the exception of the industrial index, which rose 251.30 points to close at 9,728.72 points. The broader all shares index fell 27.62 to 4,523.57. The financials index shed 36.54 to 1,810.37. The holding firms index lost 127.23 to 7,348.36. The property index declined 73.46 to 3,962.32. The services index was down 19.36 to 1,544.66. The mining and oil index gave up 175.34 to 7,968.19. For the week, losers edged gainers 135 to 94, and 20 shares were unchanged. The top gainers were PhilWeb Corporation, Axelum Resources Corporation, Manila Broadcasting Company, SFA Semicon Philippines Corporation, Medco Holdings Incorporated, and Pacific Online Systems Corporation. The top losers, on the other hand, were Macro Asia Corporation, SSI Group Incorporated, Oriental Petroleum and Minerals Corporation A and B shares, Bell Corporation, Nickel Asia Corporation, and Atok Big Wedge Company Incorporated. This week, trading is expected to be subdued, with the Chinese investors on a holiday for the Lunar New Year break. Other investors are also expected to monitor the moves of the U.S. Federal Reserve as it holds its first policy meeting for the year, with most investors expecting a status quo on rates. Broker 2 Trade Asia said trade volatility is expected for the week as issues on the impeachment hearings against U.S. President Trump continue. Likewise, the issue on China's coronavirus will still add to investors' negative sentiments. Broker 2 Trade Asia said that at home, while attention might sway away with socio-political headlines, the timing appears ripe to gradually accumulate on large caps that have breached attractive buy levels. Remember that recovery follows after the dust settles, especially for stocks with solid upside prospects, Broker 2 Trade Asia said. The broker sees immediate support for the main index at 7,500 to 7,600 and resistance at 7,800 points. Christopher Mangon, research head at AAA Securities Incorporated, said there are too many concerns for the investors, both at home and the global fronts, that will keep them out of the market for the meantime. Mangun said the Philippine Stock Exchange Index is currently down 2.5% for the month of January. And with a few days left of trading for the month, it is almost guaranteed that the first month of the year is going to end with losses. Mangun added that the market continues to trade on sentiment, with a complete disregard for fundamentals. For the stock picks, Christopher Mangun of AAA Securities Incorporated recommends Frutas Holdings Incorporated as the company that embodies the country's consumer growth story. Mangun said that with proceeds from the recent initial public offering of Frutas, it will be able to expand at an enormous rate in untapped areas coupled with new acquisitions. Mangun added that Frutas is currently unmatched in the food kiosk business and is in the process of cementing their position for years to come. Frutas shares closed Friday at 1 peso and 83 centavos apiece. Mangun said he also liked Metropolitan Bank and Trust Company as the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas continues with its accommodative policies that he said will benefit the banking sector in general. Mangun said Metrobank is also undervalued compared to its peers. Metrobank shares closed at 64 pesos and 55 centavos apiece.
Thank you for listening to the Business Mirror podcast. For a broader look on business, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Business Mirror. Until next time.